Hey guys, Julia here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're setting up the last month in this bullet journal, which means another 2022 setup video is coming soon. That's just wild. But the theme for February is Lucky Charms, chosen by my lovely patrons, and I'm excited to get this one set up, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the process and can get some inspiration for your own bullet journal or planner. But we're gonna get right into the quote page. I picked, I think, 7 or so different marshmallow designs from the Lucky Charms cereal and decided those would be sort of the main doodle elements throughout the theme. They're all really basic shapes and they're quick to render, so I think this theme is just super recreatable, if that's even a word. I think you got me though. The quote this month is, "Darling, you are magic," because 1, need to hear it, and 2, it's a little play on the Lucky Charms tagline, "They're magically delicious," which would have been, I don't know, kind of a weird quote, so I thought we'll just go with this one. For the word magic, I'm being a little more careful than usual with these sort of chunky letters because I'm just leaving them as outlines and then using the main colors of the theme as like a drop shadow on those. As far as the meat of the supplies, I'm using mostly zebra mild liners and Tombows, but I will leave all the supplies down in the description as I typically do. But this month I'm giving into the sparkle because magic, of course. And I've been fighting the dots and sparkles for a few months now, so I think it's time to let loose a little bit. So these are the 2 washi tapes I'll be using throughout the month. The colorful washi is from the Art and Olive Messy and Bright box, and I like this one because it had just about every color in the theme in it, and that's a rarity. But moving on to the cover page, I'm stacking the letters for February. If you're curious, this lettering is inspired by a font called Mindset. A lot of the time in my bullet journal, I use fonts as a reference that I don't typically use in my day-to-day work, but Mindset is actually a fun font that I do like to use, but it is usually in a more playful context, like for a summer camp package or a flyer or something along those lines. Little font tangent there, sorry, but I'm doodling in the marshmallow shapes around the lettering here before coloring those in. You'll see that I'm also making reference to the little non-marshmallowy part of the cereal with the little tan accents sprinkled throughout. And I'm not sure if Lucky Charms is a worldwide thing. I know there are like American food sections in grocery stores abroad where like candy and maybe things like Pop-Tarts live, but I'm not sure if Lucky Charms is a thing. But let me know down in the comments if you're outside of the US and have Lucky Charms. But anyway, what I was going to maybe over-explain is that in the cereal, there are like these regular ass little oat pieces, and then the best part of the cereal is the marshmallows. But yeah, I guess that's how you would explain Lucky Charms. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, sorry. Going to throw in my washi as a finishing touch here, and there's the cover spread, which actually was really quick to set up. I'd guesstimate maybe like 30 minutes or so, which is way quicker than my typical cover spread would be. The cover page makes me so happy. But okay, moving on to the monthly page. I'm cutting out my maybe usual at this point monthly Dutch and rounding those corners because I'm a psycho. But up top, I'm going to write in 02 in that same style as the February cover page because second month of the year. Yep. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the little offset oat pieces just worked out this month. It fills up that white space with not a lot of effort. Okay, no surprise here. We're hitting up that basic bitch grid. We're about that life around here. As you'll see, I get a little bit too overzealous on that last week, but we'll fix that a little later. I am having fun with the headers this month though, by doing like this variety of header styles. Some will be bars, some are circles, squares, stars. I just thought the playfulness of this went really well with the theme. And then around the calendar, I'm sticking in a few of the marshmallow shapes, and I'm missing some of the marshmallows in my set. I think there's a unicorn, there's a yellow moon, and then, I don't know, there's been some others to kind of come and go throughout the years, but I didn't want to go too crazy on the color palette, so I just picked 7 that sort of fit into a nice color story. Oh, and I am using a white jelly roll to add some sparkle to all of the marshmallows. The highlights are super unrealistic, which is kind of my thing, but since we're going a little sparkle crazy this month, the highlights are little sparkles and dots as well. And then the last little bit is to clean up that little overshoot on the calendar. I just used some whiteout tape, and then we're just gonna call it good. All right, next up is the night log. The moon marshmallow was perfect for this. If you're new to my videos, the night log may seem like something a little weird, and it's not as weird as the name suggests. It's just a place where I track dinners and what we watch with dinner. But with this tracker, I'm able to not only track how often I make a certain meal, but also how much we eat takeout, and track like favorite movies or shows. And I'm going to be straight up with you guys right now. I started doing this night log because I was curious about how long it takes me to completely forget about a movie. My boyfriend Cam has like this masterful movie memory, and sometimes he'll like mention a movie or an actor in a movie or a scene, and I swear it rings like 0 bells, and I just stare blankly and nod. So yeah, I wanted to see how bad my movie memory really is, and it is really bad. But hey, I've also gotten a lot out of this tracker. Okay, as you can see here, I've cut out a little larger Dutch door and gave it a little wavy cut with my X-Acto knife. For the habit tracker header, I doodled in the rainbow marshmallow. And setting up my 4 habit trackers, I got a little weird and labeled the days wrong, so I just glued in a scrap piece of dot paper and redid that. But with a little Lucky Charms magic, we have our habit trackers in there, and I'm honestly thinking about re-evaluating my habits. I know I want to keep up with reading, my vegetarian journey. I'm just not sure about the other 2. I need to really evaluate my yearly focus areas, which I'll get to do soon anyways. But speaking of yearly focus, that's what's down at the bottom, where I track my monthly progress with that in 4 categories: health, work, art, and social relationships. But I'm actually going to be using these pretty new Archer and Olive watercolors for this, using the Sunbeam color. If you're following along, you can definitely use a marker, or I was actually thinking about using gouache for a quicker fill, but then I thought I just got these, I haven't been able to really use them yet. This Sunbeam color is a nice subtle yellow and not like a bright primary yellow, so I just thought it would be a nice touch here. Okay, flipping over and working a little backwards, I'm going to get our notes header in. Same style as we've been working on all along, because we want to be consistent. My graphic design professor used to do like a little cheer, be consistent, be consistent. And that actually sticks with me in all the things. But yeah, got our little marshmallows in here, the accents, and the washi tape. And I definitely want to leave the rest of it blank so it's actually functional. And then moving on to the work dashboard page, I attempted to do a little overhead doodle of the Lucky Charms cereal, like in a bowl. I'm not totally in love with how this turned out, but I mean, I guess it's cute. I tried to do the little marshmallows at a few different angles, added in some of those oat pieces, and yeah, sparkles all around. But the table itself is to keep up with longer term design projects and where we are with them. You'll see up top W, P, E, and X. W is working, P is proofed, E is when edits need to be done, and X is for that final file export. Let's see, I do an open circle when it's an open task and it's something that needs to be done, and when it's filled in, it's done. And I've been liking this a lot. The little section along the bottom is for monthly invoices for our clients that are on a month-to-month situation. Flipping over to the last spread of the video, the first weekly spread. And I've maybe mentioned this in the last plan with me. I definitely have over on Instagram, but I'm working on streamlining all of my weeklies and pretty much perfecting a layout that works with my day-to-day right now. And with January spreads, I've loved that so much. The setup time is way less and I still get to flex a little bit of artistic muscle, but just like on a smaller scale. But anyway, this is basically that setup that I've been loving for the past month. I have the events and meetings running along the top, similar to the monthly calendar grid look, but obviously just 1 week. And then on the left, I have more focused task lists, like in this case, Patreon, Etsy, YouTube, and then I have a section to sort of declare priorities for each day. And then on the bottom is sort of like a note section or like a reminder space. I've honestly been leaving that pretty open for whatever, but it's just handy to have. It's just handy if something comes up, if something is in the future that I don't really have a task for, but I just don't want to forget it. I just use that space down there. But over on the right, I have my rolling task list. And if it's looking like a busy week, there's plenty of space to add a flip up if I need it. Yeah, definitely recommend giving this layout a try if you're wanting to try a new weekly layout that's a bit task heavy. But yeah, my idea for the weeklies this month is to have each one just sort of dedicated to a different marshmallow. This one will, as you can see, be dedicated to our lucky star. Had a little boo-boo with the event numbering situation, but just covered that up with an acrylograph and then went on top with a white jelly roll. Good as new. That's 3 different ways to fix mistakes in this one video. But yeah, there you have it. There's the first weekly spread for February. And before we get into the flip through, I have to share with you guys the Patreon kit for this month. It's definitely one of my favorites. In addition to theme voting and extra videos each month, you get a decorative and functional printable, a printable cover page, a calendar that you can stick right into your journal, and even coloring spreads if you want to put your own stank on a theme. The top 2 tiers also get monthly stickers sent right to their door, and we recently started our own Discord server. So yeah, we'd love to have you join us. The link is down in the description if you want to check it out. But on to the flip through. I'm really excited about how the setup turned out. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Leave your favorite cereal down in the comments if you did. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's keep hanging out. And yeah, you guys are the best, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hello. If you've made it this far, check the description for a secret Lucky Charms giveaway. See ya. And if you like this video, here are a couple more I think you would enjoy.